What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Premiere Podcast. This is episode 9. I'm your boy J-Mac here with Wick.
What's up?
And Tona.
What's up going, guys?
Gosh, that gets me every time. Alright, anyways. Back again. I've got some Fortnite and League of Legends. There's big stuff happening in League of Legends soon. And then Tona's got
Just basically
basketball for us. And then, as always, we don't know what Wick's got, but he's going to open us up with some appetizers, so let's go.
Alright, so we're doing the whole rapid fire thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So no commentating at all?
Nope, hit us. And we might comment after, but
Okay.
hit us with the facts.
Alright. Well, the first one. John McClane died.
McCain.
McCain. John McCain died at 81 of brain cancer. Number 2. The Islamic State leader Abu Saad Rabi died, along with 10 others in a drone strike by the Americans. It's pretty sick. Number 3, German town evacuated after they discovered a undetonated World War II bomb. So, for 6 hours, 18.5 thousand people were evacuated. Number 4, a San Francisco woman listed her house on the market for $625,000. But she had one stipulation: no Trump supporters can buy it. She takes it off the market 1 week later for quote-unquote unclear reasons. Long story short, it's now listed for just under $500,000. So she lost $125,000 because of that. Anyways, last one, Swaggy P, or Nick Young, for the Golden State Warriors, was arrested in Hollywood Friday night. It was a routine traffic stop, but I guess he was being a little not cooperative.
Yeah, he just wasn't doing what the cop wanted him to do, so he got like a misdemeanor. Spent the night in jail.
Nice.
One time.
Alright, so we said we're going to do rapid fire, but we totally ended up skipping over something pretty big. The whole Germany thing.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
thinking.
Yeah. The construction workers were doing something. They were breaking the ground up, and they found a bomb. That was so reactive, it had eroded itself.
Seriously?
Yeah, so they had to go and detonate it before they could bring back the people.
Are you serious? So
Dang.
they detonated it? They couldn't take it out of the ground at all, just in case.
I mean, no,
they blow it up.
They defused it, not it. Sorry, they defused
Okay.
it.
I was like, they just detonated
bomb,
like,
yeah,
whoa.
cut your losses, blow everything up, fuck it.
We'll rebuild it all.
No, they fused it. Sorry, you're wrong with that.
Dude, that's crazy though. So thousands of people had to evacuate for several hours so they could.
Did it say how big the bomb was?
It was probably like if you took 5 bowling balls and put them all together.
Okay.
It wasn't huge.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah, that's what
Do you know what the
I
blast
thought.
radius would have been?
no. Well, I knew it had eroded, so no one knows.
Gotcha.
I don't know how much the initial bomb would have done,
Gotcha.
but it looked like it was eroded almost half the size.
Wow. All right. Anyways, you got a riddle for us, right?
I do not.
You do
I
not.
forgot.
Oh. All right. That's all right.
Freebie this week, you guys got lucky.
Freebie. Damn. Okay. All right. So I'll start us off with some video games. We're gonna talk about the summer skirmish. So they did the same thing for 2 weeks in a row, right? Like
Yeah,
the
it was
Kingpin or whatever.
Yeah, but it was I don't like how they're doing their group things.
Yeah. Okay. So they did the same in-game point system, but they
Yeah.
last week they switched it up to where they grouped it. So instead of North American all going on Friday and then EU on Saturday, they did EU in the morning and NA in the evening, and they made it into 2 days.
Okay.
And so each group does 5 games on Friday and then 5 games on Saturday, so they're full 10 on one day. And
So it's all the same people in the same thing.
I think sometimes it differs from Friday to Saturday.
Okay.
Because Nade Shot and a few more 100 Thieves people were playing on Friday, but they didn't play yesterday on Saturday. And so
Do you think maybe they have an elimination system, or have they said anything like that?
I don't think so, because they still have the same number of people competing each time.
Maybe they're just giving more people opportunities.
Yeah,
That may
maybe
be something they're doing.
Yeah, just getting more faces. But there's definitely still a lot of familiar faces that are playing every week, all pretty much most of the Liquid guys for sure.
Yeah.
Liquid Poach and Not Vivid are there every week.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Merckx and Cypher PK are there pretty much every week.
Ninja, Dr. Lupo.
Yeah,
All the big
like
talented people. Yeah.
Either the top performers every week or just kind of like the biggest names on Twitch are pretty much there every week. But anyway, so this week they started the big bonus, which you still get a point for an elimination. Every elimination is a point. But if you win, you get a victory royale. You get plus 5 points, and if you get 8 or more kills in a game, it's another 5 points. So if you get 8 kills, that's 13 points. If you get 8 kills with a win, that's 18 points.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah.
And so you get the bonus for a victory or bonus kills that game instead of applying it to the next game, which I think that's better. I didn't like the whole thing because it could totally negate the game you just had.
Exactly.
And I didn't like that aspect of it.
Yeah. They're allowing there to be more points won per game, which I think is better because people see like, oh, it was 11 and 12. Like they had 11, 12 points. They didn't do good, obviously, but they're at the top. And it's like, no, they did insanely good. That's why they did it.
Yeah. I definitely I like that they're keeping it kill incentives, more so than the victory royale. Like you still get points for victory royale, which I think is obviously important. Like you shouldn't just not get anything for it.
Yeah.
But I like that they're emphasizing kills just as much. Like you can get just as many points for getting eight kills as you can for getting a victory royale.
Exactly. But what I like to see is players, whenever the beginning of the matches, they're going for those kills. They're pushing fights and everything like that. But more towards the end of the game, they're like resources. They're just going for the win. So if there's like 20 people left, and 20 people left is a lot of people if they're all good. And you're in such a small, tight circle. They're just saving resources, not trying to get kills. Even if they have like 5 or 6, they're like, hey, let's get the win would be better than dying right here.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it definitely makes it to where there's different stages in the game. Like in most games, like League of Legends or whatever, there's like different phases. There's like laning phase and there's like team fight phase and like there's mid game and late game. And so like Epic, what they're doing with I think Fortnite now is they're like establishing different phases of the game.
Yeah.
Off the rip, everyone's trying to, they're getting loot. It's kind of like a scramble. You're like, okay, let's go for fights and let's try and get some early kills. And then mid game is more like, okay, we're moving to the zone, we're farming up along our way, maybe pick up a couple kills. And then the late game is like, okay, like we're safe, like we've got all our mats, we're playing safe, and it's all like third partying and just kind of like peeking and poking people, not engaging full on fights usually.
Exactly. Unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, unless you like just run into
which
each other.
Which will eventually happen.
Yeah, which happens. And so I think that's something that's cool because it's establishing a set way for the game to be played.
Yeah, but there's also those people that are like, hey, let's get these 8 kills. And there's also these people that are like, hey, let's farm at the beginning. Get some, with the rifts in the game now, you can get some rifts, get to the circle, land by those rift spots, just farm up, have full mats, and just not engage until the end game. So you know you have, hey, I have more resources than you pretty much.
Yep. So like Epic's doing a lot of good things with that. Real quick, because you mentioned the rifts, there's more I want to talk about the skirmish. But what do you guys think about the rift to go?
I think it's sick.
It is sick. I was against the rifts at the beginning, but now
like
I'm
the portable ones, or just rifts in general.
Rifts in general, because I was like, I didn't know how to use them yet.
I wasn't against rifts in general. I was not sure I would like the rift to go thing. I was like, yo, that's gonna be so broken. But then I realized it sits there for 10 seconds.
Yeah, you can follow.
Yeah. But like a lot, I've noticed nobody follows, dude.
No, I know. I don't know why.
It's an easy, bro. I used 2. I was playing on PlayStation with Leif.
Yeah.
And we used 2 in Tilted because we were getting like pinched from like so many sides. Yeah. So what we did is we like rifted and we didn't leave. We just repositioned on a higher building and would just like the other 2 teams started fighting. So we third party, and then we'd go and clean up, and then we'd get like pinched again. So we just rifted back out and reset again, and it's so useful, dude. Like,
we did. I enjoy it so much.
Well, it's odd that people don't follow because people will go through extreme measures to make sure you die. For 5 minutes, they'll chase you, and they'll go into the storm just to kill you, loot, and then die in the storm. But they're not going to follow you through a rift. I think it's weird,
bro. Okay, I don't think people realize how long those rifts stay. I think they think it's just like the other rifts. Which they might stay for 10 seconds, but it doesn't seem like they stay for that long.
No, I think they don't stay for 10 seconds. Do they? I thought there was like 5 or something like that.
The regular rifts that just spawn. It might be 5, but I don't think people realize how long those rifts stay. And the thing is, you also have to find where that rift is at.
Yeah.
And so, like, what I do a lot is I'll get lost in some building, and then ripped out.
Yeah, that's what build around yourself kind of thing. Put some walls because you're just gonna go straight up in the sky.
Yeah, you just go straight.
And they're gonna be looking for you the whole time, and then they hear that and they're like, oh, well, he's gone, pretty much.
Yep.
But it is a great way to just get out of. It's like if you're getting pinched or something and you're at like 10 health, you can just get up in the sky and just fly away. Yep. That's not my problem anymore.
Yeah, it's super nice. And it's another thing that's like it's another strategy thing. It's one more thing that you keep in your item. It's almost an essential item.
Yeah.
But what are you dropping for it? Because it's so useful. But like what do you get? Because you still have to carry some form of med.
Yeah.
And then you're carrying that, so that takes either out your sniper or your explodes.
Well, the only time I'm really using it, like I don't use it really like early game or mid game. I find myself using it late game. Like with Tuna, we were playing the other night and we had the storm on our ass, and it's taken for 5. I dropped my sniper for it. And then I had med, sub, AR, shoddy, and I just dropped my sniper for it.
Yeah, sniper on, like, console is more like if you want to have it kind of thing. It's not like you need it. It's like, because most people aren't that good at sniping. That good at sniping, so you can just push them. But yeah, so most of the time, we just drop sniper. I'll even drop meds sometimes if I just have like bandages or something and I have full health, full shield. I'll just drop the freaking bandages. Like, I don't want to carry bandages.
Yeah, but it is an interesting aspect because it's again another thing that you have to sacrifice something in your kit for it, and especially for like that's another aspect for PC gamers where a sniper is really pretty key.
Yeah,
because it's so much easier to use.
Well, Ninja has a clip of doing it where you pop it. And then as soon as you pop it, you can pick up whatever's in front of you.
Yeah, he picked up a Tommy gun. He just like spammed.
Oh yeah,
his pickup button after he did it.
But you're not going to be trying to do that whenever you're getting pinched.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to do.
Yeah. But anyways, you mentioned Ninja again. That takes us back to what I was going to talk about the summer skirmish. So Ninja and Lupo, I think this is the first time they played together in a skirmish. And it was the first time that either of them really like placed high. Like they ended up placing second overall for the weekend.
So they didn't kill each other. Impulse nades.
They almost died to the cube, didn't they?
Oh, maybe.
Lupo almost did. I saw that clip. They were like, because it spawned during the middle of the game, and they were like, what the heck? Because it was like doing the lightning thing, where it's super loud, and it just kept going. And Ninja and them were right next to it, and he was like, why is that going on so long? And then the cube and they shot it, and then it just flew him back off the mountain, and Lupo had like 15 health or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What I've been seeing people do is they'll land at like the Adobe or Paradise, and they'll snipe at it. Because it hits the closest person. Yeah. They hit it like twice with like a semi-auto sniper or shoot it like with an AR, and they get a free kill.
Yeah. That's great.
Because it just kills whoever's closest.
Yeah.
So they just snipe at it, and then
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, and also, so if you shoot it, it shoots back at you and bounces you backwards.
No.
It doesn't bounce
you
backwards?
the closest person.
Oh, seriously?
The closest person regardless.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It doesn't hit you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it will if you're the closest.
Shoot.
I've watched people literally land, have a heavy sniper, shoot at it, and it bounce. Like, you can watch it lightning bolt somebody else and kill somebody else.
So did they have to be like right next to it, or did they like in the vicinity? Like
no,
they don't have to be in the vicinity, so they could be at like that gas station over there and just like boom, like what the heck?
Yeah,
bro, they need to kill cam. They need to kill cam just for that because like that, I would be so mad if that happened.
Does it say that they got sniped from that far away?
No, it says they got killed by the little jumbled up thing.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen that. That's cool though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that out today, dude. But so there's actually been a lot of new things. Have y'all been to Risky since the update?
Yes.
They have the movie playing now.
Yeah,
they actually have a movie that plays on the screen, and it's actually kind of cool. Like I went and sat with James and like we landed Risky and no one else was there, so we just like literally we didn't even pick up a gun. We just sat there and just watched the movie.
Oh my gosh.
And it like goes through just kind of like what Fortnite's gone through so far, and it tells like like the story of like the hero and the villain, and then the thing launching, and like shows like the prison. Bro, I didn't even realize that prison wasn't in the game anymore until I watched it. I was like, oh shit, they took prison out, didn't they?
Yeah, the prison. I don't know. That was like our place.
Prison,
Dusty and prison, bro, were like two of our most landed places, and they took those out.
They didn't take them out. They sent a meter through them.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
And they rode it away.
And then they just completely took out prison. Like Dusty's kind of there.
Kind of. It's not good.
But so I think that's all I had for Fortnite. Unless you guys have anything else that you've noticed you want to talk about on Fortnite.
Shotguns are still broken.
They reduced the swap time for the pump by like 0.2 seconds. I think.
Whoa.
Not even 0.2
So you only have to wait
seconds.
3 years now?
It's a 5.
So yeah, they did that. Yeah, the spray
Did
meta
they-
is so annoying.
Did they change the? I heard somebody talking about the Tommy gun, the swap time on the Tommy. Like whenever you pull out the Tommy gun, it takes a little bit longer, I think, or something.
I don't know. I haven't really been using.
I heard
I haven't
people
used the
talk
Tommy
about
gun a whole lot recently.
Yeah,
Because
the spray.
I just
and
haven't
pray is not
because
very
they
good.
a little bit ago they reduced the drop rate, so I just haven't been finding Tommy guns as much.
Yeah.
Like I used to have Tommy guns all the time, but I don't.
Yeah, it's
have
because
them that
everybody.
often
That's the only thing people were picking up. They weren't utilizing the SMGs that they just
Yeah.
made better.
Well, because the P90 kind of sucks now, too, compared to the Tommy gun.
Yeah, it holds 10 less bullets, and
Hits-
the only
hits
thing
harder.
is it fires faster.
Yeah, it does. It fires a lot faster. It's so annoying when you're building though.
Mhm.
They did nerf it so it doesn't like shred your materials as fast, but it's
Yeah,
still so fast.
especially if you have wood. Oh my gosh, it's like
Yeah,
you can't do anything.
super annoying. But anyway, so on from Fortnite, I'm gonna go to League of Legends. As always, you guys don't really know, but feel free to ask questions. But so the summer split, which is like their summer season, just ended. They finished so they're going off to playoffs, and so the first and second place teams from the season automatically are in the semifinals.
Cool.
And then the next like third through sixth place, I believe, are competing against each other to go to the semifinals. So Echo Fox played TSM on August 25th.
So there's 4 spots.
There's 4, yeah. Oh, there's 4 people playing for 2 spots.
Yeah, so there's 4 spots in total, and then 2,
2 advance to the semis.
and then the other 2 are competing.
Okay, so yeah, TSM and C9, or no, Team Liquid and Cloud9, they won for a second. They had buys, and so they're just waiting in the semifinals for the quarterfinals to get over.
Yeah.
But Echo Fox played TSM August 25th, yesterday, and TSM won, which I thought was interesting because Echo Fox had beaten TSM both previous encounters in the season, but TSM ended up taking that series 3-2, and then today, August 26th, 100 Thieves takes on FlyQuest for the next spot.
But you said 3-2,
Yeah, they play best of 5.
so that's a 5-hour long session.
Oh my gosh.
Just not really. The games don't really get final. They usually go about 30 to 40 minutes.
That's
That's
it's still a long
time.
Yeah, but they went all 5 games, and then so 100 Team FlyQuest played a day, but I found out that Team Liquid actually gets to choose their opponent. It's not purely seeded based, but because Team Liquid finished first, based on the teams that win in the quarterfinals, Team Liquid gets to choose. I want to play this team
Because it's not seed based anymore. It's more
Yeah,
last ditch effort kind of thing.
But the thing is like, why wouldn't they just get the lowest seed? But usually it would be the number 1 seed would just play like the lower seed or whatever.
Yeah.
But they actually get to pick. I want to play this team, not
Can they play the number 2 team?
no, because C9's already there.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, no.
That was-
C9 or Cloud9 gets
Well, I mean-
gets whatever Team Liquid doesn't want to play.
Well, I mean that makes sense because if they think that they match up better with the number 3 team
Yeah.
rather than the number 4 team, because they're all good.
Yeah.
None of them are not
Yeah.
good. They're all good. So if
they
they
can
think
just
they
based
can,
on like team comps and stuff.
yeah. So if they're like, hey, we can beat this team, but they're higher seed, let's pick them. We have a better chance against them, kind of thing. And maybe like, hey, we can beat this team. The 4 team could probably beat this number 2 team, and then we can play them.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah, have like it's like we think this team like there's so many ways you can play it at this
Mhm.
point because like you can be like we think we can beat this team or we think we can beat both, but we think like
which one will be easier?
which one
for us?
yeah which one will be easier in the long run, and do we think one of these can beat C9? Like, do we not want to play C9 or do we want to play C9?
Yeah.
Like, we want one of these to beat them and then play them, or do we want to like play C9 and have a team that C9 can beat? So
That's crazy.
there's different ways to go about that. And so the winner of the playoffs for this season goes on and is guaranteed a spot at the League of Legends World Championship happening later this year, which I'm pretty sure it's the biggest esport event in the world.
Yeah.
Probably.
Last year it had 33 million viewers.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Shoot.
That's a lot of people. So like that's a huge thing. Like North American like is considered like the lowest tier as far as League of Legends, and so it's always a big deal of who's going to go and get to represent them, and try and show stuff. Usually it's been TSM. TSM has been dominating League of Legends for a while now, but lately Team Liquid has kind of stepped up. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets to go and is actually in Korea this year. So they're going to go over to Korea and play later this year. Whoever wins split. I think one or two other teams still get to go, but they have to like compete in like a qualifier. They have to compete in like a qualifier against all these other teams in the world, I think. And so the winner actually gets to go and it's guaranteed a spot. And the winners, I think it's a $2 million prize pool. Dang. At Worlds. And then, but that also it increases based on like viewers and sponsors and stuff. So that like $2 million was I think last year's, and so it could end up being more this year.
15 million.
Fuck.
And then they also get a skin, like an in-game skin made for people to be able to purchase or unlock or whatever.
Like through their team.
Yeah, so like the team that wins Worlds gets a skin for certain characters or whatever.
That's awesome.
So, and that's a big thing because skins like a huge thing in League because it's like
it's a free game. That's the only way they make their money.
Yeah, it's like Fortnite with their skins.
I think that's the way that people are going to start going now with the free. Yeah. They're going to make it free, so everybody's playing it, more exposure, and then
freemium.
Yeah.
South Park episode.
And then everybody just buys in-game stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone like if you don't buy money or you don't spend money on the game itself, then people are more likely to be like, oh, I didn't spend the money on the game, so like I can spend a little money here and there because
that adds up, and you realize you spent
more money than
$400 on the game in 3 months.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, I should probably stop that now.
Yep, and I think like that's where they get people is like you're like, oh, it's free, I can spend money because I didn't have to pay for the game, and then they end up spending money. They're like, oh wait, I spend a lot more money.
Yeah, that's your thought process every time you buy it. You spend $20, so you do that 8 times in a week, and you're just like, well, I haven't bought it. It's $20. You end up paying $500 for the game.
Yep.
I don't think mine's that bad, but
no,
it's not good.
I spent more money than I thought I would have.
Yes,
I remember we were so against it for the long time.
Yeah.
For first 2 months, and now we're like, dang. I'm like, dang. I wish I would have just caved back then. We could have gotten like the Reaper, the Skull Trooper skin and stuff.
I'm not buying the Battle Pass. The very first one that came out.
Money.
That's just so stupid. It literally took us like
$20.
2 days to cave, and we all caved and bought it, and we bought every Battle Pass since.
Yeah.
Or we were getting freaking doinked by what was it, Omegas or whatever the first season?
No, it was
the Black Knight.
Yeah,
like, yeah. All right, I guess I'll get one.
Ready to go.
But I think that's about it as far as video games and esports. So Tuna, what you got with the basketball?
Well, we're gonna start with boxing first because
boxing.
It's not okay. Boxing quotation marks wasn't actually like professional boxing.
Okay.
Scissoring is also a valid term there.
Yeah, but it was Logan Paul against KSI. I don't really know who KSI is. Do you guys know?
He's what they call a mixtape rapper.
Truth be told, I've only heard of Logan Paul. I don't know anything about him. I hear all this Logan Paul. Not a bad thing. Logan Paul. I've never seen it. I don't even know what he does.
You're not part of the Low gang.
He is a YouTuber, big YouTuber. You know,
Jake Paul. What does he do?
He makes content.
What kind of
little
content,
kids like to watch?
Like 13-year-olds and
yeah. It's just like crazy. He does stupid stuff, and he thinks like everybody thinks it's funny.
It's obnoxious.
He has 18 million subscribers or something like that on YouTube. But he recently, you heard about his the Japanese death place, Suicide Forest. He went there, found a dead body, and made fun of it with the dead body.
And made a YouTube. You never heard about that?
And then he also went there, and he was like, we gotta respect their culture and everything like that. And he was running through with like a Pokeball and throwing it at people. And like
jumping on their cars and shit.
Yeah, and
respect the culture.
Yeah, and then that Suicide Forest thing was really big and almost got him kicked off of YouTube. I'm pretty sure, or something like that.
He's only still on it because he's part of like the YouTube, like the premium, the red thing.
Yeah,
and he's like making movies or seasons or whatever. I don't know what he's doing.
That's stupid.
Yeah, well, they ended up fighting, and it was a 6-round fight, and it ended in a draw. But the big thing is how much money people were spending to watch this fight.
They sold out an arena.
15,000 people. Sold out the arena. I think it was Manchester Arena.
Mm-hmm.
So they sold it out. And then people were also paying like $10 to watch it on YouTube. $10 to watch it on YouTube. They made so much money off this fight.
I bet you they made close to probably 20-30 million.
Probably. It was just like, they weren't even like they had the mask on.
It was
so, like
it was announced
head protection.
probably a week ago.
Yeah,
it was announced probably a week ago.
Yeah, but KSI has done this before with somebody else.
Yeah,
and he also said he would fight Logan Paul again. But Jake Paul also fought his little brother. Does the same thing. Didn't do the Suicide Force thing, but so he fought on his undercard, and KSI threw a late punch, supposedly like as the bell was ringing or something like that, and he ran in there and like tried to fight KSI in the middle of it. It was a stupid. I saw like a mini video of him just like jumping in the ring and everything like that. But I didn't watch it at all because I was about to pay $10. I didn't even know what was going on, honestly.
I saw 7:30 and I was like, okay, I got time. I got work at till 5. Well, it's 7:30 in Europe, so it was like 3 here, like 2 or 3 here in the afternoon. I was like, well, that's not very fun.
Yeah, but supposedly it was a good fight for people that aren't boxers.
Yeah.
So I heard Logan Paul did good in the beginning, and then KSI just kind of outclassed, like towards the end.
Outconditioned him.
Yeah, outconditioned him. But now to something that is not dumb. We got 2018. They did a rookie survey. They do this every year, and they ask rookies certain questions like who's going to be rookie of the year, who's the best shooter, best ball handler, what you need to work on, stuff like that. I did the 4 biggest questions they asked, which was who's going to win rookie of the year, and these 2 tied for first. It was they chose DeAndre Ayton and Colin Sexton. DeAndre Ayton is playing at Phoenix with Devin Booker this year, and then Colin Sexton is playing at Cleveland. And he said that he's going to be the best player of the team, even if LeBron was still there, which is kind of crazy, I think.
Okay, real quick. All right, you said that they ask rookies these questions.
Yeah,
so rookies are answering this about the other rookies.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't just like...
So I think I didn't think Colin Sexton would be up there.
No.
I think he's going to do good, though, because, I mean, it's going to be like...
But he still has Caleb. Caleb's not gonna let him take over.
He's gonna be he does have George Hill behind him.
Do you really think Caleb can carry though? Like
I think he can.
He did it in Minnesota.
If he was on a sub, if he queues solo squad, he's got it.
I don't know, like 3 years ago. It's not that long ago.
But he's been pretty quiet since then, though. You know what I mean?
Because he had injuries and he had LeBron freaking James on the scene.
Yeah, you're not gonna be
in the playoffs. He was still putting up 20 a game, 20 and 10 every game.
Yeah, and I mean, he can score no matter what. He can put up 20 points a night easy. Just because he's good in the post, he can shoot, and he's like 6'11". So, and his passes are freaking insane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. But then they asked who's going to have the best career overall, and they chose Wendell Carter Jr. at Chicago. I can't remember where this kid played at. He's big time.
Duke.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't surprise me. But they said that he's going to have the best career overall.
Yeah.
And then they picked the same person for the best shooter and best ball handler or playmaker, and it was Trae Young at Atlanta. OU, everything like that. Which he's probably, I don't know if I want him to win Rookie of the Year just because he's from OU and he's from Oklahoma. But I don't think he's going to be able to. I think it's going to take him a couple years before he gets good.
No, I think Ayton's going to take it just because he's got Booker there to feed him as much as he wants.
That's going to be a crazy duo.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Crazy duo. But, I mean, the Phoenix is still not going to be good, though. That's the only problem because they're in the West. That's they're just going to have so much competition. And I think it's going to be good for him.
Yeah. Just
because, I mean, he's already beefy and he looks like a NBA player. So, I mean, that's good for him. Especially as it says coming into the league.
Mm-hmm.
There was more like, what do you need to work on? Stuff like that. I'll just touch him. Basically, it was like ball handling and shooting. Pretty much were those.
For Ayton?
No, just for overall general. Like, they asked everybody and they were like, hey, what do you need to work on? What do you need to get better at? And some people even said, like, everything. It was like 8% chose everything, which was like number 3. So, I thought that was pretty crazy. But then there's a bunch of stuff about Kobe coming back to the league for some reason. I don't know why. And then also, do you guys know about the Big 3 tournament, 3-on-3 tournament with all the retired NBA players and stuff like that? Have you not seen anything about it?
Isn't AI in it?
No, he was in it last year.
Okay.
He can't even run anymore, dude. Like, it's bad. Like, his legs are just like not with him right now. But it's basically 3v3, old man 3v3. Like, literally, they're just all retired.
Half court.
Of
take
course,
back.
3v3's always half court.
Yeah, take back. You gotta do all that stuff. They have a 4-point shot, but it's like intense. Like,
that actually sounds pretty cool.
it's just kind of weird because you've seen these people play, like, especially me, since I've been watching since I was a little kid, even watching, like, old hardwood classics and stuff, like, hey, these people used to be, like, studs, and then you see them, and it's like, that is not what I don't want to watch. This is kind of, like, depressing a little bit. You're just like, I don't want to watch them do bad. Like, you're old. You're, like, almost 50. You're still playing 3-on-3 with these guys. But they go hard, like insanely hard. Like, it gets intense, and they get in people, like, it's just, like, crazy. But they think that they want Kobe to go to the Big Three. What do you guys think about that?
Kobe playing like the 3-on-3 tournament or whatever.
I think it'll be broken if he does.
Because he's still freaking stud.
Yeah, he's still good.
He's still way better.
He's freshly retired.
Fresh out of the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does have injuries, but I mean, that wouldn't even be fair, dude. He would literally score every point.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop it. Any of those guys. I mean, he's
so okay. So do you know anybody that's been playing in it?
They got Nate Robinson, Chris Anderson. There's no big name, like super big, like best player in the league status people playing.
Yeah,
but I mean, they're all still like there's some good players playing.
Yeah,
like they were like up there, like top 10. But there's no one that was like, hey, I was the best scorer in the league multiple times, like stuff like that. So I mean, I think that he would just be and he's younger than most of those people. He's only like 43. But I mean, it just wouldn't be fair because he could just do whatever he wanted. They'd have to triple team him, and then I'll leave 2 people open. So every time. They win every time. But also, they've been talking about Kobe coming back into the league to win another championship with LeBron.
He can't play in the league anymore. I mean, he's still going to be crazy athletic, but I mean, I don't think he can handle it.
I don't know about athletic. I think it's more like, because his last 5 years...
He would be a shooter role. Like, he would just be out there for LeBron to pass to, and he'd just hit shots.
Yeah, that's the only thing he could really
if that were to happen. But I don't think that would happen.
No, I don't think he has that mentality.
No.
He's like, I want the ball in my hand every time. So, but that would not be good for anybody if he was in Big Three. Especially, I think more for Kobe because he could get hurt. Like, he's thinking about like, hey, I'm tired of getting hurt. Because like his last 5 years, he was hurt like 3 of those years or something like that. Yeah, I don't think he wants to deal with that stuff anymore.
No.
And I mean, he's still working out and everything, and he's just like, he's still in shape.
Yeah.
And like all these other guys are in shape, quotation marks, just not like super in shape. But I think it wouldn't be good for anybody.
No.
But then the big question I have today is KD the best scorer in the league today and or of all time?
No. No of all time.
Scorer.
Because of Wilt played.
I think there's a very valid argument for best scorer in the league today, for sure.
There is a valid argument, yes.
Very valid.
He brought up a good...
I don't know... I honestly don't... I can't think of anybody that would really contest him for best scorer.
I bring up Wilt.
Yeah.
Shoot. I just lost his name. But Michael, obviously. You can't... Those two are probably the biggest ones you need to have in there. Just because Wilt obviously scored 100 points in a game.
Yeah.
He averaged like 50-something points in a season or something like that. Like some crazy number. Also, you got to put in consideration, though, he was the only guy that was like 7'3" in the league. Centers at that time.
I don't
were
mean he was bad at
6'8".
scoring.
I'm not saying he was bad at scoring. I'm just saying there's like you got to take into consideration. But also, Michael is just obviously a great scorer. You got Kobe in there too. But I think KD, for that argument, do you think he's the best player in the league or best scorer in the league right now?
I don't think so.
Who do you think is better?
I think LeBron takes it.
LeBron? You think LeBron?
I think
takes
LeBron
it? You don't have
scorer.
James Harden.
Yes.
You don't have James Harden up there.
Hold on. I want to ask you, what was LeBron's playoff numbers? Yeah, I think he had 46 straight games.
Okay, I'm not saying he can score. I'm not saying. I'm thinking there's just better people. Like if you think like he's like an all around player, he can do everything good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm thinking like literally this is all I focus on is this right here, scoring.
And LeBron scored more a lot of the time.
Okay, but if you put KD,
but you also
in
have to
that same
consider
situation,
KD is putting up insane numbers on an all-star team. He's still putting up crazy numbers.
Yeah, which
James is putting up these 40, but he's like the only guy.
Yeah. Okay, but I mean that's not really a case for him though because it's like he's getting easier shots.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Whereas LeBron's having the whole team on him and they're having to like focus on everybody else. But I think if you put KD in that same kind of situation, he probably wouldn't win as much just because he's not that all-around player that can do everything. But I bet he puts up 40. I bet he can do the same thing, put up as much numbers. But he can't. That's what I'm saying. He can put up the same numbers, but he won't be able to do everything else as good as LeBron.
He'll put up as many points, but he won't put up as many
assists,
rebounds,
blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you saying KD's in his prime right now?
KD is in his prime right now.
Yes.
So 3 years ago, he wasn't.
He's been in his prime for a while.
So back in the Thunder days, all they had was Russ and him. It was Russ and him, and then Kendrick Perkins. Why is he not scoring 40 a game there?
He was.
He wasn't.
He was
He was
scoring
scoring
25, 30.
That's still a
30s.
lot. Okay,
He was-
okay. You have Russell Westbrook on your team, who wants to take 40 shots a game.
You have
I'm
Steph,
sorry.
you have Clay, you have Iggy, you have
I know.
Livingston.
Okay.
you
That's
have...
what I'm bringing. Okay, so over his whole career, I'm just gonna give you his career stats scoring wise. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
He has 4 scoring titles.
Okay.
2 of them were back to back,
Mhm.
and then 1 a year apart. He has 27 points per game over his whole career, 10 years.
Okay.
49% from the field, all those years. Taking 19 shots per game, which is not bad.
No.
Considering that he scored 27 points. And he's shooting almost 50% overall from 3, everything, which is really good. Not many people can say that. 38% from deep, 8 free throws a game, 88% from the line. Those are crazy stats that most people don't have.
No, I agree.
That's why I put him up there with best scorer in the league right now for sure. And he can shoot from anywhere. Anywhere on the move, spot up, no matter what it is. He can go in the post. He can mash on you. He can just do literally everything that you need on the offensive end. Besides,
as far as scoring goes.
As far as scoring goes, he's not the best. I will give you, he's not the best passer. He's definitely not the best defender. He has his little things on defense. He can pass, kinda. Like, he's just, that's not his mentality. His mentality, I need to put the ball in the hole. He can put it from anywhere, 2 defenders on him, 3 defenders on him, person in his face. He can do just everything, scoring-wise.
I have a question for you. How tall is he?
He is 7 foot.
Okay, hold on.
Listed 6'10", but he's 7 foot for sure.
Okay, so you're gonna take away from Wilt. I'm not okay. You're gonna take away from Wilt for being the tallest in the league in his position, right? Whenever he scored 100 or whatever.
No, I'm not taking that away from him at all. I'm just saying I'm taking like that. Yeah, okay. I didn't touch on that. Okay, KD. Obviously, no one has seen anything like KD. He's a 7 foot tall
Shooting guard.
point guard, traditional point guard right now.
Yeah.
He can handle the ball better than most point guards. He's just got, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just the reason why these guys are so good is because you've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
We've never seen a guy that can shoot, score at 7 foot tall, and also dribble. That's what I'm saying. Wilt was like, we've never seen a guy that is 7'3" and has these abilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Like,
with those numbers, I mean, if you take his name off of those stats, yeah, that's the best scorer in the league.
for sure, exactly. I mean, the only person that I really have an argument against that is probably like James Harden.
Okay.
Just because
Yeah.
he can put a 40 a night if he wants to. I mean,
And James is just putting in, like, he's just hitting his prime, I think. Like, in the last
like
year or two.
last year too, yeah.
yeah.
So I feel like give it a year,
Give it some time.
give it next season, and then we can see how this actually plays
Well, I
out.
mean,
But as of right now, I would say KD.
Okay, do you think he's
best
the
in the league right now.
Do you think he's the best scorer of all time?
No.
Who do you think? Who you say you have Wilt over him?
Wilt for best scorer, yeah.
Okay, well, is he the best? Okay, so, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, we can't really argue that because it's 2 different generations. Because like Wilt's generation was
That's the
Around the
thing, though, is
basket,
everyone's always arguing the generation gap. Like, which generation is better? Like, trying to compare the 2 generations. It's 2 completely different styles of basketball.
The new generation is obviously an insane amount better than the old.
Yes.
yeah, for like skill wise. Yeah, if you think about it. But like,
yes.
if you think about it, like back then, that was
It was a lot
they were
more. The
best
game was a
skill.
lot more physical too, though. Back
Yeah.
then.
Oh yeah, crazy physical. And have you seen those like 1950s point guards against today's point guards type things?
They
Like
back them down
never-
all the way down the court.
Yeah, never use their left hand, like dribble out here, like looking like a tard. And you're like, I could have scored 40 points a game in the league. Like, I could have done that. But, I mean, it's just like, you're going to have to argue the generation gap. Especially, like, even if you bring up, like, MJ LeBron, like, who's the best, you got to bring in, like, hey, MJ had better defense. There's a bunch of other things. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's always going to be an argument. Because it's just a completely, just like you said, a completely different game.
It's only an argument because you can't answer it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can sit here and argue all day, but at the end of the day, like, okay, so Wilt was the best of his era, MJ probably the best of his era,
Yeah.
and then KD right now, best of his era.
I'd put Michael over KD in scoring. If I'm honest with you.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, he was obviously a much more potent player.
Yeah.
Like when you're thinking like the best scorer, you're thinking, who do I not want to go against? And no matter what generation like you're talking about, you hear the name Michael Jordan or Wilt Chamberlain, and you're thinking, I do not want to go against that.
Yeah, how do you game plan against
Yeah,
those
like
guys?
yes, obviously like they have that like legendary status that they're like hyped up and stuff, but still they have been considered like the best players of all time.
Yes.
And so definitely I would put KD into them because he does not have that awe-striking like potency that they do. He's good.
On
But I
the
don't
score,
think he
okay, we're
has
talking
the
about
all
this. Okay, you're talking about all around.
No,
I would
I'm
not
not
want to
even
go
talking
against MJ just because he's got defense. He's super athletic and he can do basically everything besides shoot the three super good.
This
Mid range, everything. The thing is, KD on the offensive end, you have to guard him once he steps across half court. Like as soon as he steps across, you have to have somebody in his face.
See, I feel
That's
like
why I wouldn't want him to play against him. It's just because you have to. You're always looking at him. Two guys at least looking at him, making sure that he's not getting shots up.
this is why I have this is my reasoning. If if I have the option to go one on one against Michael Jordan in his prime, I'm gonna shit my pants. And if I have the option to go one on one against KD in his prime, like I'm stripping this dude at least a couple times.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
stripping
know
this
about
dude
a
a
couple
couple times
I don't
because his
know.
dribble's at my face. No, or tuna. I can get a couple.
Yeah, you can get a couple. I'm not. You can do that against MJ too. That's what I'm saying.
No way. Not a chance in fuck am I getting a ball against MJ.
No. See, that's the thing. It's just like you think MJ, and you're like, holy shit. You're just like, I don't know what to do. You're just like, he's the best player of all time. Type thing. It's just like that's in your mind. But if KD was the same way, if you thought about him the same way, you wouldn't think you could steal a ball.
But
I don't think about
another thing is though is like I don't know if I would consider MJ the best player of all time.
That's
he's
not
up
an
there.
argument for today.
No.
But you're saying like best player like
Well, in your mind, you're like he's one of
I
the best players of
don't
all time.
want to guard him
Yeah.
offensively. I don't want to guard him. Forget everything else about him. I don't want to have to shut him down. I would rather try to shut down KD.
Are you
than
sure?
shut
That's
down
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yes,
but he
exactly.
doesn't even have to dribble at that point.
So
He's 7 foot tall and he shoots from on his forehead.
How about this? How about he shoots over you and you gamble with him shooting? He misses. You said 49%. He's gonna miss one out of every two, opposed to MJ fucking burning me every time getting layups.
He could shoot over you too. That's the thing. He could do
or
the same
you,
exact thing.
or you
He's
can get layups.
6'6".
All I'm saying is KD's not going by me.
KD is definitely going by.
He's not going by me
Are
because
you
he's slow as
kidding me?
fuck.
No, do you see how far his crossover is? He will literally jump from this side of the lane. Like his crossover will
his
bring him to
crossover-
the other side of the lane.
his
That's how
crossover
far
could
his
literally
crossover
go
is.
like behind my body. Like I go and he would like
Yeah, he
go
can
around. His
reach-
arms are
reach
so
around
long.
you.
He could reach around me, no
I
problem.
don't care. He's not quick.
Which would
He
He
doesn't.
ain't fast.
He
He's
doesn't
slow.
have to be. That's the problem.
He's slow.
He's
I
not slow.
still would I'm with Wick on this.
I
KD is not over Jordan yet. I'm not gonna say he couldn't get there. I'm not gonna say like if he continues to perform at this level for 4 more years or even improves a little bit, maybe. But I'm just not. I don't have that like I don't want to guard him yet. That's not where I'm
I
at yet.
have that mentality. I don't want to guard. I don't want to guard anybody in the NBA. But
Well, no.
right now,
No.
I wouldn't want to guard KD. I would not want to guard KD over MJ. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, even if
Yeah.
it's wrong.
It's, it's not wrong. Because I mean, at least with MJ, you could kind of like, hey, he can't shoot threes so well, so let me just back off a little bit, and you got a little bit of space, which is probably not good for us. But I mean, if we were like athletic as him, like athletic enough to guard him,
Mhm.
we could at least pressure off him. With KD, you have to be up there. You're gonna take basically every shot.
Here's the thing with watching. I watch a lot of this NBA ball. I
Mhm.
watch a lot of KD in like the playoffs. He misses quite a bit. I know those numbers are really good. He misses quite a bit. I'm gonna bank off him missing.
MJ did the same thing though.
I understand that. He's quicker than me. He will run 3 circles around me and then go get the rebound.
Mash on you real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My main thing is like I'm not gonna be able to contain, but I feel like I could contain KD better than I could MJ.
You could hurt him a
Okay.
little more because he's slow.
He's not that slow.
He's
Okay, he's slow, but he's also 7 foot tall. You
I
know
understand.
how long his freaking legs are and his arms. Like
I'll make him quick.
his hesitation could get you super easy just because.
Bro, he does that late hesitation.
Yeah,
That
dude.
little like oh
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid, I hate
that
it
little
so
hop,
much.
dude.
You can't do anything. It's so hard to guard. But that's pretty much all I have. In
All
my
right.
opinion, KD's hardest to guard and the best scorer.
Okay,
in
so
the league
overall,
right now.
you say KD's the best scorer in the league
Right now,
of all time.
not of all time.
All time you said
Generation
Wilt.
gap.
You said Wilt,
generation.
right?
Huh?
Didn't you say you put Wilt over him?
I do put Wilt, and I would probably put MJ or just because of how like good they are. But Right now, okay, generation
For
wise,
sure, right now,
KD is best.
I think we're all in agreement that KD is the best scorer in the NBA right now.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point, right now, yes.
And probably his era right now.
And then at this, I don't. I'd still pick LeBron. Honestly, he can score more. He scores more.
Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, even if it's
I think KD is 1 or 2.
Okay,
how about that?
Okay, that's fine.
That's fair.
Okay,
that's fair. All right. Anyways, all right. What's your topic this time, Wake?
Mine is it's something that I've seen a lot of controversy over in like schools.
Okay.
Well, we're all in college, and we understand the different I don't know how to word this without the different moral understanding of people, because we go to a small college in a hick town in a hick state. People come out from California and stuff, and they have so obscured moralities. It's so odd to see.
Yeah. There's like the different, like the moral gap from just different subcultures within even just the United States, let alone when you get international student stuff. Like there is a gap in morality.
Yeah. So and they seem to be very soft and very empathetic, which isn't like always a bad thing, but I feel like it can.
It's kind of annoying.
It's super annoying to talk to or talk about. So my topic's the death penalty.
Okay.
And if it should be allowed, when it should be allowed, when it should.
This is a heavy one, dude.
I believe in eye for an eye. I don't know if I believe it to a T, because I do believe people are human, and I have a little bit of it. Not much. Don't get me wrong. A pube hair of empathy for people. Like, that's at most. Because if you're going to be stupid, then you deserve... Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's all I'm going to say. But if you murder someone intentionally, like first-degree murder, you plan it out, like, I don't like this person, I'm going to kill them, and then it's premeditated, I think that deserves it, clearly.
Obviously. That's what I think. If you have the mindset where you want to go and kill a person...
And end a life,
just because you want to...
Just because you're like, I have the power I have the ability to do this, and I don't want them here, so I'm going to go do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're saying, do you... Here's my little subcategory to this. Do you make an example out of them? Yes. Or do you just inject them?
You make an example.
I like it.
I
like where you're going.
I mean, what I've always thought is if you go and you shoot a whole bunch of people, okay? Say I go to a nightclub, a nightclub or something, and I just shoot a whole bunch of people. Why should I just be sitting in jail? I'm fine.
Getting paid for. You're safe.
You don't have to do anything. You're literally just sitting there. You don't have a job. You're getting meals. You may not be getting the best treatment, obviously. I mean, you may be you're going to be there your whole life.
Yeah.
So why spend money on him, this guy that had the mindset of going to kill somebody? Why wouldn't we just...
Or in this case, multiple people.
Yeah. I mean, what I think is if I shot you, I should die being shot. I think. So if I stabbed J-Mac over here, then I should die by stab.
Okay. I think that's... But here's the thing. With the whole school shooting thing going on, I feel
that's a little different, though, because that can come into a psychological thing. It's a little different.
Here's the thing. I feel like people don't think there's a punishment. At most, you get an injection where you die in 4 minutes, or you're getting shot where you die instantly. At the school, someone's going to shoot you and you die instantly. Yeah. That's not much of a punishment for someone who isn't in their right mind. If some kid who's 17 years old goes, fucking shoots up a school, I feel like, and I know that sounds harsh, just because it's a word and it has a backstep, torture methods would be very influential on shooters to be. And I'm talking about medieval shit.
Oh my god!
Like waterboarding and stuff like that.
No,
that's not even like.
No, you're dying. You're tortured to death. You're not waterboarding. Just gonna run.
So where they tie all your limbs up and just pull you apart, stuff like that.
Go for it.
I don't think people would be okay with that.
I'd
I'd be fine with that. If you have that ability to try and take somebody else's life, you should be willing to give up yours pretty easily.
My favorite one is the it's the Iron Horse, I think it's called.
Oh, bro, where they like tie each one to like a horse.
No. This one is you're on a metal pyramid, and you put one leg on one side, one leg on the other, and they tie like weights to your ankles and slowly rips you from your tank to your face and rips you apart.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's almost as bad as the pendulum thing where they freaking just like sit there and it just swings back and forth and you just see getting closer and closer and it's like...
Yeah. Don't take someone else's life.
Yeah.
Because you are bored or you're fucking soft, you're a cupcake and you're told your life. You're going to amount to something and you don't, so you're pissed off and you get made fun of for being a fucking dork. Then you go shoot up a school.
Yes.
And then you're in jail your whole life, and you get meals, you get a bed, you get protection.
Yeah.
You get 80 years to live.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think you should be living. But on the other end,
I think some of this comes back to the morality thing. You know, like you said this off, but like, bro, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah, some of it is.
Like,
it is crazy. It's like that's a little much. Like that thing you said.
Yeah, like I feel like I like to think that we've made some moral progress. You know what I mean? And like that's why we don't do some of those methods. Like I think it's a little over the top and harsh. I understand that you guys want to make like examples. Okay, I get that, right? You like it's determined.
You don't have to say you guys. You can say me because he's not on board.
He's on board with some of it.
I'm on board.
And
with
I'm not even saying like all the way. I'm saying like like I agree like deterrence. There should be some like form of like deterrence, but like you don't like deterring them from this. Because like a lot of people, like yes, jail is like it's like not good stuff, but like you guys said, you're fed, you're sheltered.
You really don't have to worry about anything else besides like somebody else trying to beat you up or something like that.
Yeah, and yes, like we're paying for that, and so yes, in a lot of like murder, like premeditated like murder cases stuff, I agree with you guys that there should be a form of deterrence. What that should be, I have no freaking clue.
See, there's nothing. It has to be super extreme, or else it's not going to deter people.
I think people are still going to do it though. That's the thing. Because people in their right mind are not going to.
If you're getting ripped from your dick hole to your to your top of your cranium, you're not going to be shooting up a school. I promise that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm with the medieval stuff. We just have to like 100% have to know like, hey, they did this like.
Oh, that's
a
the
murder
thing.
Case.
So you're worried about like false accusations.
Yes, exactly. I want it to be 100% like, hey, you did this. I'm not 100%.
Torture is not going to be used for just
I know.
everyday crimes. It's going to be used if you mass murder, or if you like the San Francisco the killer that would go rape women and then go kill them and then dissolve their bodies or whatever and then keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again. But he never got caught.
That's great. I don't know. I have a story about it.
I don't know if he ever got caught actually.
I don't know.
Like people like that. Like if it's so we'd have to reach an agreement like a body count or like certain ways of murdering or torturing, like because
so like not just like walking out and just like shooting someone in the head, but like premeditated, just like a method to it.
Yes,
the people that like devise like a method.
You like serial
like
killers
certain
and stuff
boxes
like
have to be checked. Like was rape involved? Okay, that's
if you rape somebody. Oh my gosh,
that
should be dead.
That's one out. That's what. But if you check 3 other boxes, you're getting Iron Horse. You know what I'm saying?
It's like 5 boxes Iron Horse, 6 boxes something else.
It's like it gets more intense every time.
Oh my god!
It's like 10 boxes, and if you get 10, it's like whatever medieval stuff they used to do. It's just bad.
Like no, all of it.
All
everything
at once. How are you gonna do all that? Yeah, but there's a side against it, obviously, because they're like, oh, they're humans and they don't deserve to be treated like that.
Well, the person that they murdered didn't deserve their life to be.
The 7 people he raped.
Well, what if they did?
Rip their faces off, use them as a mask.
What if they did though? What if? Okay, so I see some guy rape this girl. Okay. Nobody knows that he raped her, but me, and I kill him.
She's going to testify for you.
What if she's dead?
Not necessarily.
What if she's dead?
Then you kill her.
And then it's my word. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be I'm killing 2 people.
No, I understand. There's gray areas.
There's that's the only bad thing about it.
But that's what I'm saying. The certain boxes have to be checked, and if you aren't 100%. Obviously, don't use torture methods.
I
think
think
jail
but then what if? But I mean, this is just the other side. I don't think. I mean, this is obviously going to be a problem at some point. But the other side, if they want to say that I killed both those people, so I killed the guy and then raped the girl and killed her, that is my fault, and then I'm gonna die in some way that I killed him. So if I stabbed him in my thing, I'm gonna get stabbed and die that way. That's the only thing that's gonna be a problem to me.
Is like people not knowing for sure, like 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, it's just my word. There's no
And the
cameras
thing-
and nothing else. It's my word, and people aren't gonna believe me if they think I just killed two people.
But we still have our jails around, so I think.
Okay, and the thing is though, is shit, what was I gonna say? It was like, okay, and your thing was, what if they deserve to die? Like, what if the person they killed deserved to be killed?
Yes,
We don't know that, right?
exactly.
So, and that's the thing in our judgment: innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Right.
But also that could change with the if they deserve to die, because I could think that guy. I think that guy. So like, say I think he's raping her.
Yeah.
Or, like maybe that's how
see,
they
the
like
thing
it. Or
is-
something.
is
I don't
that
know.
that's where
and
the
then I
problem.
go and kill him, and then I'm just like,
That's where some of the problem comes in though, is because then a single person is taking that into our hand, and so that's that person's fault anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether or not that person deserved it wasn't for that one person to decide.
No.
You know what I mean?
I think it
So
should
whether
be.
or not,
in that situation, I think it should be.
but it's not.
But you
I don't
can't
think it should ever
protect
be
yourself
on
too,
that
though.
one person. Yeah.
I know. I know I can't protect myself. I'm just saying if that situation happened.
Yeah. Even
they
if that
deserve to die.
person like would have like if everyone like knew would have been like yes they deserve to die. It's not on that one person to make that choice, and because they put themselves in that position, like that's their own fault. It was murdered. Like you know what I mean? Like obviously
Well, obviously it's murder.
I
I'm
got
not
a
saying
solution.
you should do something should happen.
I got a solution.
Hmm.
So, we make contact lenses that have memory in them, and they record.
Have you guys
What you
seen
see.
Black Mirror on Netflix? If you guys have
I've
not,
seen
you
like
need to go
one or
watch
two
them.
episodes. I
They
think.
have that. It's a chip that goes into your like right here.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not putting anything in my head.
It's it's like a little chip, and it goes right here, and it records everything you see. And there's like a screen in your houses, everything, and you can just pull it up from your eyes, and it displays on there, and it has video recording. You can play it back. You can do everything. It's like a memory thing, and that just like right here.
That's like a $2,000 or $3,000 surveillance system that you just explained.
But everybody has it. In the Black Mirror.
Mhm.
If nobody's seen it, go watch it. It is mind blowing. There's like 3 seasons. It's insane.
America doesn't send their kids to college for free.
Question:
So
How
how are we
do
gonna
you,
I
how are we
know,
gonna
I know.
afford that for everybody?
I know.
question? Okay, wait.
And then
What are you saying for this though? Like how is that gonna help? Is that something that they should do all the time, or is that something that should only be like accessed at certain points? Like is that something you should be able to pull up and look at any time, or is that something that legally is only accessible at this time?
I think like a phone
is
bill.
if we didn't know about it, like if they like say the government wanted to do this just to see what's going on, kind of thing. Okay. Then they put it in us as babies, like as we're baby, like whenever we're born, they put it in us, and nobody has any idea. Then they could access it and like be like, hey, this is this, that kind of thing. Like, hey, we have this video from him from what we took, and this is his thing. That's the only way you could do that. The only way you could just pull it up at one point is if we didn't know about it. If we knew about it, we would have to be able to access it, I think. But if we didn't know about it, then because that would be weird. If we knew that somebody was watching us and we couldn't see what they were seeing, I think that would be kind of weird. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can't like you should be able to access it and see what you did exactly. Because it would be better memory for you, I think. But if we didn't know about it, then yeah, you could pull it up at certain points. Like, hey, like they would have to keep it kind of hush hush though, and be like, hey, we have like a video, and they show the judge or whatever, and then do it that way. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
No, because you're gonna be in the courtroom like, how'd you get a camera in my eyeballs?
well, okay,
Yeah,
they don't come out and say.
And
They
there's
just
that
say we have-
the whole thing of like like the Big Brother, like the government's watching everything. Like no one would be okay with that.
Then you're paying for people to watch everything.
No one would be okay with that idea at all. Like if anyone ever found out that the government was doing something like that, bro, there would be riots.
They already are.
Oh.
Right there. I remember those videos that used to come out about the like my government, the FBI agent that's watching me. This is what they see all day from the webcam.
So, death penalty. So what about like like manslaughter. Like you got in a wreck, it's your fault, and you kill somebody.
I don't think that is one of them that should be like death penalty.
You don't think a car should be ran into you till you die?
Boom.
Like obviously
It's
you
like
were
a big
like,
old.
No,
that-
I was joking.
in that sense though is like like it was just being irresponsible.
Yeah.
It wasn't premeditated. So I'm fine. Go to jail. Give us time to correct because the like prison or jail or whatever is it's a correctional facility. Is what it's supposed to be.
So like if you
And
were,
so someone that made a mistake or a bad decision
like you were under the influence
or something like
you
that,
were-
then
yeah.
go and get spend time corrected. It's
That's
not
something
it's
you
not
can-
something that's like premeditated.
Yeah, it's not like they were like, "Hey, I want to kill this person in this car." That's not what their thought process were. They were like, "Hey, I'm trying to get home," and then they just like, obviously, not a good decision. But then they hit him. And obviously, it's a bad thing. I think they should definitely do more. They should do like time for that. But yes, that's what prison is set up for.
Yeah,
it's like it's correctional facility.
So you think everything we got in place is good
until you get to like the premeditated murders and stuff like that. I don't think they should be sitting in there.
Yeah, and I definitely there should be a death penalty. Like there's a lot of people that are like completely against the death penalty.
So what do you think it should be? Should it be the injection, or should it be the chair? I mean, the chairs. I mean,
okay. As far as like
bad.
the method goes, I'm not too worried about the method
because I mean the end result's the same.
they're gonna die.
I think it should be the way that they killed other people.
Okay.
Just 'cause, like,
I'm not too concerned with the method.
See that would work except for guns. I feel like guns are too easy.
shoot him in the toe.
So shoot them.
Each toe off each
Yeah.
finger off.
It's like
Yeah.
so you
They can do like a little algorithm.
So one of the things is like I don't know about making them like suffer all of them like you're not like we're not saying like all of them need to suffer when they die, right?
Yeah.
Not all of them do.
No.
But you guys are saying some of them should.
Yeah. I'm talking about the extreme cases. Las Vegas dude, if he didn't shoot himself, and we got a hold of him, damn well, he's gonna get every finger ripped off one at a time, the toes the same, and then every joint from middle fingertip to probably collarbone, every joint's gonna be popped out. Ding ding ding, or your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder. It's just gonna be taken out of your body. And you lose one bone at a time. That'd be sick.
That would last how long though? It'd bleed out.
No, because we could use coagulative materials.
Oh my gosh,
that'd be crazy.
To clot the blood to where
We need to stop talking about this. This is getting real
that's
weird.
some Dexter type shit.
Yeah, this is getting real weird.
Oh man.
All I'm saying, obviously that wouldn't work. He would probably
Obviously.
die from pain.
Yeah.
But I do think extreme measures need to be taken to make examples out of these guys who think, "Oh, I'm just going to kill a whole bunch of people and kill myself because it's easy."
Yeah. Because eventually, I mean, that's what.
And
most
the
of them
thing
want.
is they themselves are trying to make a point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
when
they
you
want
do
to
that.
be. They want to be heard.
Yeah, and so if you can get a hold of them, I agree there should be some form of example made out of them,
Mhm.
some form. I don't know what form that should take, and
Obviously, it's not working too good right now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Obviously, we're still gonna have. There's still gonna be people that are like, "Hey, I want to do this still," but I mean,
I think
it would be less.
for one of the things, I think like the main topic for the death penalty is should there be one, and because a lot of people are on disagreement. Like a lot of people are disagreeing on that, and I think yes, there should. As far as how, that is still something that needs to be decided. But I definitely think the death penalty is necessary.
It is necessary.
Okay. So J-Mac, let's wrap it up because I think we're going long enough. So J-Mac, you're pretty much quick and easy as for the death penalty. Yeah. Okay, just get him out of here.
Yeah.
And then Tuna wants eye for an eye, literally, and I want as extreme as possible.
Medieval shit, right there.
So we're like the 3 different stages of it.
Yeah.
But we all agree that there should be one.
There should be one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good. Because you go to college campus, you're not going to get that same answer.
No.
Especially not the one we're at. Okay, J-Mac, hit us up with the social medias.
Social medias, be sure to check out. Well, obviously, you posted this on YouTube, so I don't need to shout out YouTube. But
No.
Twitter
Sure.
at The Premier Cast, Instagram The Premier Podcast. Our email is ddjpremierpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Email us.
Oh,
what
I
you
had a
wanna
riddle.
know.
I forgot. I got one.
You did get one?
Yes,
You
I
found
did.
one?
Okay. Sorry. All right. Do you have a pen so we can write it down?
Yeah.
Write down the Thank you, sir.
He was quiet. I had no idea. He was like looking up a riddle.
Yeah, I saw him on his phone earlier. I was like,
All right. So the score right now is J-Mac 1, Wick 1, Tuna 2. And how are we doing this again?
We're going to 7.
7.
Oh wait, no! Didn't we just say we're going to the next game?
We changed it.
We said we're going to the next game.
Okay.
I think.
Wait, hold on. So we keep these until next game.
And then the next game we'll put more in, but after that game we draw.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I think,
Okay, so
I think that's what we decided.
okay, so we're going to do the riddles, add them up, but we're not gonna like have a limit. Then we're gonna play the game. Then we're gonna add more like
based on the game.
based on the game, add more names, and then draw after the game.
So like right now, Wick would have 1 name in the hat. J-Mac would have 1. I would have 2. And then like after the game, if I get 5, then I have 7 names in there. They just keep on adding up until we get to a certain number.
And didn't we say that whoever wins the game gets like a percentage, like 10% of the names taken out? So like if there's a total of 20 names in, they can take their name out twice.
Yes, we did talk about that.
I mean,
if you win the game.
Okay, yeah.
Because
So we're gonna have to wait for these. We're gonna have to wait for these tallies to like really add up.
well, but they're gonna continue. So each game
They're gonna keep going.
they keep going. We never reset. And
so these games need to be point heavy.
So eventually we'll get up to like 30, 40, 50 names in the hat because it's never going to reset. We're just keeping the names going.
Oh, they never. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay,
They
so
never recycle.
alrighty, so you know how this works. If J-Mac and Tuna both get it right, my name goes on there twice.
If one of us gets it right, it goes in there once. Yep.
And yeah, okay.
Something like that.
Yep.
Okay, so what is as light as a feather, but even the world's strongest man cannot hold it for more than a minute?
What? Can you repeat it?
What is as light as a feather, but even the world's strongest man cannot hold it for a minute? For more than a minute.
Why is that a feather? Can't hold it for a minute.
Huh?
Can't hold it for a minute.
No.
I have no idea. I'm thinking like...
I'm feeling like it's not something like actually like physically tangible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking it's like something to do with like an idea or something. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Or light as a feather, but the world's strongest man cannot hold on to it for longer than a minute. So like they can actually like possess it for a time, but they can't.
It says more than a minute.
So they can have it at some point, but they don't have it for long. I don't think that the minute is like a literal thing. I think it's like they can't hold on to it for very long.
Is it like I'm thinking like wisdom or something like
Intellect.
Yeah, something like that. But
Maybe.
I have no idea.
I feel like that's something that sticks with you, like that. I know where you're going with it, like that.
Yeah,
type
no,
of
I'm
a
just trying to
thing.
throw out stuff.
But like wisdom and like something that like sticks with you, like you keep that. So there's something else. That...
I mean, but usually you get wisdom towards the end of your life, so you don't really keep it that long. Think about it.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I don't think it's a good answer, but I mean that's probably
I
that's
don't
the best
think
thing I
that's-
have right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that that's right, but I like where you're going with that.
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Keep thinking it out.
I have no
Here, let me
idea.
read it again. What is light as a feather, but even the world's strongest man cannot hold it for more than a minute?
I have no idea. It's
It might even be lighter than a feather. There's my clue.
not a freaking clue. It's money. It's money.
Bro.
It's money. It's money. Money.
That's
Final answer.
actually, I like that one.
Money. Final answer.
I'm with him.
If you beeped it in final answer?
Yep.
You're wrong.
Damn it!
Vagina.
Both of you. J-Mac, up to 2, Tuna up to 3.
That was actually really good though, because we're always spending money. We can't hold on to money.
What can you not hold for a minute?
Time.
No. Without dying.
Stop dying.
Your breath.
Breath.
Your breath.
Ah! Dang it.
You're gonna die if you hold your breath for more than a minute. That
Damn.
was a good one. I thought you guys were gonna get it though.
I don't know. We shouldn't have thought money so fast. Dang it.
Here's
It made
we.
sense, though.
Here's we.
It made sense though because you're constantly like you get it and then you just lose it again.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you could hold on to it, but yeah.
I mean you can, but you're always spending money.
Yeah.
for more than a minute. You get a paycheck, you can't hold on to it for a minute.
Okay, well, we were thinking like our thought process obviously was like you can't hold on to
wasn't
it.
like a literal minute.
And
Remember?
I'm pretty sure $1 heavier than a feather.
I don't know.
So I said lighter than a feather.
I know, but
Oh well.
Anyways, I think that'll wrap it up. All right.
Anyways,
This is Wick saying keep them beeholes tight.
this is J Mac. Watch out for the bush
and
wookies.
this is Tuna #ballin'.